1v2 all the way. Alright, guys, and welcome to the Thunderdome 2! I'm Koshade.
I'm Intangible.
And today we have an awesome match between Airion and Arxiducs. And for anyone that's watching the stream live, welcome to the Arcane Duels live stream where you can see all the action before anyone else does, and all the random other side things we do before the show and stuff like that. So this is actually the last round of 8 tournament, or round for the round of 8 in this tournament. And we've seen some crazy matches so far.
We really have. I'm very excited for this match. I'm very impressed with the players overall too. Just getting their matches out of the way, and we haven't had any, fear of players dropping or anything, which has been very nice.
Oh yeah, that is actually awesome. I know last Thunderdome, House was a little disappointed that one of his opponents dropped, but this one everyone seems to want to play. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, and this makes me hopeful for future tournaments and that we might be getting more players from here on.
And it looks like in the bottom right we have Airion playing the Araxian Crown Warlock.
I like Araxian Clown better.
Clown? What kind of scary helmet would the clown have? And in the top left, we have Arxiducs playing his druid that maybe is the same for the last Thunderdome, but either way, a very scary druid indeed.
We're promised to see a very good match here. Both these decks are pretty unique in what they do. Like not crazy out there, still very tournament viable. But after having taken a look, I'm happy with both of their decks.
Oh, absolutely. I really did like how Arxiducs played last time, and I remember he had I think he had the tree that would not die to fire, if I remember right.
Would not die to fire.
Just took like 2 flame blasts or 2 fireballs and like a hurl like rock or something. It just wouldn't die.
Both players doing the high five, saying good luck.
Good luck. Have fun. Gotta love that good sportsmanship here. It looks like both players are planned. We are going into the first quick cast phase of the first round. And it looks like the druid is going to be taking the initiative going first. Not sure if he actually won that roll or not, but either way, he's there. He did remember his first Vine token turn 1 deployment. One of the hardest things to remember whenever I play the druid.
It's like, where did the original Vine come from?
This is actually
hard to remember.
This is actually going to be a pretty tough match for Arxiducs, because really the druid has the biggest problem, and that is fire, and the warlock is best with fire.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be completely surprised to see that tree go down in a couple rounds. Both of these players are rather aggressive in style in general from what I've seen in their previous plays.
Mm-hmm.
Both of their decks may change my mind on that, but from what I've seen in the past, they both definitely value high aggression.
It looks like out of Arxiducs, we will see the Vine Tree come up, but before the Vine Tree, the Druid Leaf Rain, giving him that 1 less mana cost for casting that tree. Gotta love that.
Oh man, and then Airion running 2 spaces
forward. That I'm sure is not going to be happy for Arxiducs looking at that 1. All he has to do is move, and he's going to teleport!
Oh man.
Whoa! Looking to get aggressive, looking for the fast action. Oh man! I don't know if that's necessarily the best call against someone that has vines and things like that.
Well, at the same time, he doesn't have to worry about being hindered by those vines. He's basically saying right now, I'm coming for you.
Go, go, go. Sorry, I just gotta tell Arxiducs just make sure and actually do the tree bond instead of just placing token and saying like, yeah, it's good, I got it.
That is another thing that is not optional. When you tree bond, you gain 4 life. There's nothing stopping it. Not even you.
Right. And
Gain
so,
1 space away. That's pretty good for Airion. I'm wondering if he's planning on just flame blasting the tree down. It would be a lot more efficient than just going for the fireballs from 2 zones away.
This initiative marker, did it change for you guys? Or is it still blue for you?
It's still blue for me.
Huh. Okay, initiative marker. Way to go. Just like not wanting to do. No, you're right.
Alright.
Just gotta flip this token over and then switch it. There we go. Alright. Okay, so, Intention, let me get your opinion on this. What do you think the Warlock is planning by this double teleport?
Well, he definitely spent the full 6 to teleport 2, so that means he wanted to be 1 zone away from the tree, or he wanted to be in the same zone as the druid. Seeing as how there's not a huge threat to be
Yeah.
within the same zone as the druid, I would either expect to see a flame blast since he didn't need the range 2 for fireball, or expect to see a lash of hellfire where he'd move 1 in and just start beating the tree to death with his bare hands.
just punching that tree, being like, I will chop you down with my fist. I think that would be pretty awesome, actually. I'm kind of curious to see if he's going to be pulling out the fire this round. Man, I just don't see him wanting to cast creatures from here. I mean, he does have 22 mana, so he can cast something if he wanted.
Absolutely. He might go maybe either Lash of Hellfire and Flame Blast Punch. If he does Flame Blast Punch, that does save him enough mana to a Drama Leg next turn.
Ooh. And Arxiducs playing the Seedling Pod. What is this, a Cemetery? Interesting. And this, to me, really just seems like one of those, like, hey, you should punch this and kill this, not my tree.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a, I don't know, I wouldn't know if I'd call it a feint play, because he's just it's a bait play. He's baiting Airion to go in after the Seedling Pod.
And looks like Airion is going to, oh, not using, wait, using the quick cast? Oh, using Drain Power! What are you doing, wow. Airion?
Not expecting that.
Okay, and of course, Drain Power, you get to roll 8 dice, you get to drain them the amount rolled, and then they lose that much mana, and you gain it. It is going to put Airion down to 6 mana. We'll see how much he gets back. This is a very fun play. Don't really ever see this happen, and let's see if it pays off.
Well, he's only going to absorb 6, so that's not going to pay up for the cost of Drain Power. However, that will bring Arxiducs down to 11 mana, and if he was banking on the mana to, relying on 17 mana, that actually could mess up his turn right here.
Ooh, you never really know how much you're going to get. You could get more, you could get less. Either way, I like casting it in the beginning of the game, because it allows him to really really kind of see where he's at, I guess, and he knows that Arxiducs is going to have that mana to not pull off some big play. And I'm kind of curious if this actually... I'm kind of curious to see if that actually messed up Arxiducs at all. And Airion saying, risky, but just enough for what I wanted. What did you want? You wanted the Blood Demon.
That will give him exactly the amount that he needs to do a full action Blood Demon. That's very interesting. It actually, so he used that teleport maneuver to get the Blood Demon immediately right there and into the action as quick as possible.
So right now, basically, he was able to get this Blood Demon in the action for round 3, and he's hoping that drain mana was, or drain power, I should say, was enough just to get that mana low enough to not actually affect anything. I don't know if it worked, and I guess we'll see when Arxiducs uses his actions here if it did or not.
Jimmy's saying there's something wrong with the mic. Am I too quiet, Jimmy, or am I too loud?
Why don't you talk for me really quick? If you talk, I can monitor.
I am talking. I am talking. This is me talking.
Alright, and it looks like in response, Arxiducs going, you know what, I'm going to Wall of Thorns you, because that is one of the most brilliant things you can do as a druid.
Absolutely, definitely has
Paying
mana to pull it off
6
too.
mana, pushing that Warlock through that wall.
Early game 10 damage, not bad at all.
And of course, it's going to be another 10 damage because it's going to be Arxiducs' initiative next round. And this is just a classic play. Wonderful play here. Yeah, Airion saying curses on that drain power. If he did just get the average roll, he would have actually been able to prevent this push to go through. Ooh,
That's
but
coming down. Only 2 damage so far.
alright, so Maxi can get his 8 still. And this is all automated, so we're just letting this roll through. Oh, wow. So 6 is going to be... Okay. And, you know, the Blood Reaper can make this up pretty quickly. The amount of damage that's happening here. And lately I've been thinking that Airion, or I should say the Warlock, especially the Araxian, is one of the best at healing. Oh, man!
And that Wall of Thorns just performing under par this whole time.
Yeah, only doing 6 damage total. You know, it's 6 mana for 6 damage. That was about even, I'd say. Should, of course, done 10,
Yeah,
but oh well.
Yeah, if you include the Wall of Thorns, that's a total of 11, or no, 10 mana because of the Druid Leaf Ring. So that's definitely not necessarily worth its cast, but it does separate him from the Blood Demon, puts him 1 spot away from the Divine Tree, and he can still push him next turn since he will have initiative.
Okay, and we've already seen some crazy action here. This Seedly Pod, I'm really curious to see what is going to happen with this, because I mean, I think Arxiducs pretty much made the right choice just to say, you know what, I'm going to get out Wall of Thorns and I'm going to do Force Push because you're on my square, and if you're going to be aggressive against this tree, I'm going to get this damage off to you. And I actually think summoning this demon was probably the better choice than the going after the tree. Just because I don't think he would have, Airion, I don't think Airion could have killed that tree this round.
No, I mean, not easily, at least.
Yeah.
But now that he has taken that damage, it does behoove him to take the Blood Demon into the Druid, who is currently defenseless. That does give him, that will heal up some of that damage that he's taken and set him ahead as far as mana goes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, of course, this is probably exactly what Arxiducs wants to have happen. This Blood Demon just going after this Druid, and that Druid just transferring all that life every round, because, I mean, the Blood Demon isn't necessarily the best against undamaged creatures. Especially if you're a
Blood Reaper.
A Blood Reaper.
Yeah, it would take a quick attack or something on Airion's hand to actually deal some damage to the Druid beforehand to make the Blood Demon really shine in this situation. But if that does happen, the Blood Demon will be swinging in with as much damage as the Wall of Thorns statistically did.
Okay, and looks like Airion is just thinking, how am I actually going to? Oh, looks like they're switching the initiative back. Yeah, okay, there it goes. Cool. So it looks like Airion probably hasn't played any cards yet. I wonder if he's just thinking, how am I going to get out of this? You know, this Seedly Pod, if you don't actually kill it, it actually can ramp up that mana pretty quick.
Oh, absolutely. And if it survives another turn, he'll be able to get an extra action off on it like he wanted to. and that frees up the Vine Tree to do anything else. He can throw out a ton of Wall of Thorns with that.
More Wall of Thorns. So I'm guessing Airion's going to Wall of Thorns him again. And, or I'm sorry, Arxiducs is going to Wall of Thorns Airion through here again. And then that will be Airion's chance to get out of there. If he chooses not to force push or teleport himself, I think he's just going to go for another... Oh, he actually can't go for another trip. Ooh. Unless there's a jet stream or something. He can't push him through. So that mana is probably pretty tricky for Arxiducs right now.
Yeah, 6 or 11 mana. The Wall of Thorn or the push costing 6. It would be a little bit tricky. I would say it would probably be best for Airion if after he gets pushed during the quick cast phase, which will probably happen if he just tries to go after the tree or prevent himself from being moved. Eagle Claw Boots would be very helpful here.
Eagle Claw Boots. I would love it. Okay, and both players just taking their time here because I'm sure this isn't an easy round because really you have to just do some guesswork here. Do you think it's appropriate for Airion to keep thinking about killing this tree right now?
Well, it's going to be really hard for him to go aggressive if he doesn't. But right now, aggression may not be what he wants or needs. With 6 damage already dealt to his mage and a potential, on average 10 more coming at him right now. So I don't know. I would ultimately say he probably should hold off on attacking the tree for another round. Gather his bearings.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I love the chat right now. I don't know what's going on, but go Warlock! In response to the drain power.
Yeah, it was a very unique play. I was actually pretty happy to see that. Every single time, I think all except for once, I've seen drain power roll under average, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think I've ever seen this actually pay off for itself. Like, oh man, you paid 16 and you rolled 16. What?
Yeah, I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, this is a pretty crazy
one time
spell.
I saw
Really.
10.
That's actually pretty cool. I would take that.
It does work really well in mana lock builds, but mana lock builds just aren't really viable at the moment.
Looks like that marker is going down in this zone. Are we going to see something come out of this tree? I'm guessing no, but we'll see. Ooh, we will. We're going to see a Thorn Lasher come out. Ooh. Interesting. And Thorn Lasher is going to be above this in the trees zone right now.
It's an interesting choice to put it there. It makes me wonder if he's planning on throwing a Bloodspine Wall right in between those 2 top zones.
Yeah, I would definitely be thinking, oh, nope. And he's going to put it over there where the Druid is. I wonder if we're going to see a Bloodspine Wall and maybe Arouse the Beast.
Definitely a possibility.
That could be what Arxiducs is planning here.
I think right now it would be better for him to push him through the Wall of Thorns while he still has the opportunity. But
get that damage on right now. I absolutely agree, but looks like Arxiducs doesn't. Choosing to pass on his quick guess, and it looks like Airion is going to cast those Eagle Claw Boots you mentioned earlier. Good choice. Man,
now, while that does save him from being pushed through, he is still out of line of sight and range from being able to do anything effective to everything except for the Thorn Lasher and the Druid.
Yeah, and he really should try to get that damage on that Druid this round if he wants this Blood Demon to get its full benefit out. Although, I don't know, I guess going after the tree is just a waste of attacks for this Blood Demon, so really he should just go after some creature of some sort.
Yeah, destroying that Thorn Lasher may be in his best interest at the moment.
Ooh.
Power Strike.
And the Power Strike going down on the Blood Demon. Interesting. He really wants to get that damage across. And this is probably the cheapest way he could.
Normally using your full action like that to buff a creature is not a good idea because your opponent can move out of range. However, even if the Druid does move, the Thorn Lasher is still a prime target.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of one of the neat things about fighting a druid is that there's such little armor, most likely your Blood Reaper ability is going to go through. And what will the druid do in response to this? Huh.
Right now, that Blood Demon is going to cause problems for Arxiducs in the sense that it's going to be hard to deal with it. It being a flying creature, it's immune to all of his wall tricks. That is, of course, unless he brings it down to the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
I see a Gravicore or a Maim Wings being really his only good option besides Knockdown.
Let's see what he has planned. Both players playing some really interesting cards that you just don't see a lot. Seedling Pod coming out for the Druid, and Drain Power and Power Strike coming out. It looks like the Druid doesn't care. He's going to spread his Grove around. Check out my Mana Flowers.
See, that right there is a feint play. He played the Wall of Thorns. He made Airion respond by trying to protect himself from push, and he never intended to push him.
Just instead ramped up his mana and just went, I'm going to punch you in the face for 4 damage. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, that's pretty harsh. That will bring the Warlock up to 10 damage out of 34 health. Not necessarily a position you want to be in turn 3.
Oh, jeez. 10 damage. That's awesome. It looks like this Blood Reaper is going to move forward, attacking this Thorn Lasher here.
Oh, it's changed his mind.
Nope. Yes? I mean, killing that Seedling Pod isn't a bad idea, actually.
No, but he is going to need to attack the Thorn Lasher if he does want to heal his Warlock. Conjurations are not going to help him here.
Yes. Yes, it does. Oh, yeah. What's he going to do?
I mean, still, 5 damage is nothing to sneeze at.
You know, he shouldn't try to waste that. I almost think he should kill that Seedling Pod.
He does have the statistical chance of killing it.
That's what I was thinking. I can't leave the zone next round. That's one of the downsides of Bloodthirsty. You get so much damage, but so little options.
That's actually why I've been going back to Dark Pact Slayer, because not having the innate Bloodthirsty can be pretty helpful.
Yeah, I can see that. And he is going to roll 5 damage. That is going to heal the Warlock another 2, putting him down to 8 damage total. Good show.
Thorn Lasher has regenerate 2. It'll be at 3 damage next turn. He could feasibly kill it with just a Flame Strike.
Yeah, you know, Thorn Lashers actually go down pretty easily, so I'm not too worried. I don't think Airion's pretty worried about this Thorn Lasher right now. You know, he's going to regenerate 2, but that's not, I think, going to be a big deal. Are you positive, Ghost Shade? Yes. The only thing special about plants that I remember is they can't bleed. Because plants can't bleed. And that's going to be the end of the round. So it looks like we are looking at... This Seething Pod still can't actually cast a creature, so it's just going to kind of sit. I don't think it's going to get touched. And it looks like this Wall of Thorns probably not going to be a factor for most of the game now, unless there's some sort of other Thorn Lasher that's casted with Rouse of Beast kind of thing. This Blood Demon's going to be distracted on this this guy for a little while. And this Thorn Lasher does need to regenerate.
Yes, it does. I did check the codex just to make sure, just to make the players happy. Yes, indeed, Bloodthirsty affects all living creatures.
Yep. And interesting enough, actually, Bloodthirsty does not affect conjurations. So things like the Seedling Pod and the Vine Tree does not get Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it would be kind of strange. I mean, it is a living thing, but ultimately it's not actually going to harm
Yeah,
anybody. And
I guess there's a difference between the seedling pod bleeding out and this thorn lasher bleeding out.
I don't know. I guess unless you really hate plants, like just like
Screw plants.
walking around stomping on flowers.
And it looks like... Did he regenerate his plant, his thorn lasher?
No, he did not.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm saying this is because you have to regenerate. If it was an option, I wouldn't remind him, but you gotta regenerate this plant, man. Thank you, Airion. I appreciate this. You reminding him, because I already did, and he was just like, nope. And thank you for looking it up, by the way. I appreciate that. It's always good to have a second person look it up for me.
Absolutely. I mean, heck, you're the one streaming, so you know,
And
doing all the legwork here.
And so this is actually a really interesting point for the Warlock to be in, because basically he's like, should I kill this Thorn Lasher now? I'm kind of curious to see how many fire spells Airion did bring. Because the Araxian Warlock usually just doesn't bring as many fire spells as the Adramolite Warlock.
Yeah, the Erexian Crown is more suited to play a longer, more stable game than the Adrenaline Warlock does. But ultimately, I think it's still probably better to go after the Thorn Lasher simply for the sake of, if he does not, it leaves him open to Bloodspine Wall tricks.
Yeah, and that is actually one thing I would be thinking about right now is, am I going to get pulled a few times this round? And it looks like Arxiducs is considering a lot of things. Maybe looking at their rule to make sure it does have Bloodthirsty. You know, that sort of thing. Okay.
A little bit of deliberation on the player's
Yeah, lots of deliberation here. And Arxiducs, no! Don't leave!
Walk toward the light. Wait, no. Walk away from the light.
Back into your forest. Back into your forest. Arxiducs, no! Arxiducs! Oh, this is so sad.
I'll be pretty upset if this is how this ends.
Well... yeah, because this has been so awesome so far. I would be upset by this too. No! No, Arxiducs! Arxiducs, no. Of course, one of the rules is if you do drop out of the game, you are considered a loss. So that's how it'll work. But, because this is like really a big shame, because both players are actually doing really well right now. You know, they both have some power in the field. No one really quite has the huge advantage. Looks like Arxiducs is going to join back in.
That's good. I did copy the screen just in case. For some reason, we did continue on. I think there was a boot, but looks like I don't have to worry about that.
Did it drop him? Did it drop him and he joined in? Oh no! Oh no! Oh man. That would totally... Yes. Dre fan, I know that would totally suck. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, we could call for a regame, but I don't know if that would be fair.
Yeah, if the rules state that that's how it works, then that should be how it works. Got to put our foot down, otherwise, you know.
So this is waiting. It looks like Arxiducs said his entire Octagon crashed, so I don't think he's actually going to be able to join in.
If the game is open, will it allow him to join in as a player still?
No, I don't think it'll reconnect in the way that you're talking about. Because the client has a bunch of things loaded up on the server, and when you leave and join back, like if your Arcane crashes, it doesn't automatically come back.
That's a shame.
Oh man, that is a shame. Oh no. No, Arxiducs! He left. He's gone. That is such a shame.
Man.
Okay, well, tell you what, guys. I'm gonna talk to Intangible really quick and see if we can do anything about this. Because Arxiducs is back on, it's just he can't do anything, so be right back, guys. Okay, hang on one second. I'm just gonna put up this. And I think that's it. This is the game state that we're in right now. We're just making sure everything is reconstructed here correctly. And flip those action markers. Cool. That's all done. That's all done.
I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, and think we're good. Oh yeah, vines.
Arxiducs did put his force push in the discard pile, correct?
Yeah, he did. Where are their vine tokens? And how much mana is on this tree?
There's one vine token in the square with the tree.
Yep.
One vine token below it.
And how much mana is on that tree?
Just one.
Cool. Okay, dude. Good call with that screenshot. Good call with
Yeah,
it.
no problem. No problem.
And that's it. I think we're all good here. And I think we're good. Awesome. Whew. That was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it could have been much worse.
Yeah, I know, right? It could have been like into a 3.5-hour game and just being like, oh no. How many cards are in the discard? Whoa.
That would have been terrible.
The Hanma game. Hanma
Oh my
Drafen.
god. I'm a Dre fan. That would have been a terrible, terrifying match to have to redo.
Don't think that would have worked. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for waiting for us. Looks like we are going into this next round, and it looks like both players have already planned, and they do have this deployment vine token. Nothing's going to be coming out of that tree. Going into the first quick cast, looks like Airion is going to pass on his quick cast. Or I should say, Arxiducs is going to pass, and then Airion's going to say pass, as in first quick cast. I'm just going to pass. No, he's thinking. And that's how we're looking. So it looks like
quick test. I'm surprised nothing's coming out of that ceiling pod with 2 mana on it.
you need 3 actually to activate it.
Oh yes, it is 3. That's right. 3. Never mind. I'm not surprised.
Looks like Bearskin going down for Arxiducs. Interesting choice, Bearskin. You know, a lot of people I've been finding with Thunderdome really aren't taking advantage of the fact that there are promos you could use. Not that that's a big deal. I think Bearskin is just a fine armor for the Druid to have. But of course, the better one's probably the chitin armor. And it looks like, oh, Airion, you are making a wall of earth. And you're making 2 walls of earth.
Oh no. Oh no.
And of course, this allows his Blood Demon to say, well, I can still hurt you, although he can't leave the zone because it's a Thorn Lasher. Unless, of course, you force push him. But no! No force pushing this time. Just a straight punch to the face. Love this move.
Looking at it going, you're going to push me through a wall? I'm just going to punch you in the face? I'm going to punch you in the face.
I'm a Warlock. Looks like he's going to roll 4 dice, only rolling 3 damage total, but 2 of those are criticals, so he's going to get 2 damage through with this armor on.
Can't really complain about that.
No, you can't. And so will Airion try to move this Bloodthirsty down to attack this Druid with that Bloodthirsty on him? Will he try it? That is the question.
If he does force push, he'll be paying 3 mana to allow his Blood Demon to deal 6 damage, so that's pretty good. And it would heal the Warlock on top of that.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, I say that because, of course, he has to force push that Blood Demon, otherwise he has to attack the Thorn Lasher. And it looks like Airion just saying, I'm done. And I think it was a really good call to put on that armor, actually. He really needed to get something to help him out, and that armor's going to be perfect for him.
I feel like this turn progressed like in the speed of 2 turns, with the Bearskin followed up by the walls.
Dissolving the Eagle Claw Boots. Are we going to see some force pushing? Maybe some Eagle Claw boots of Arxiducs' own? I would love Arxiducs to just have Eagle Claw Boots and just climb over this wall.
That would be pretty funny. I mean, if he just force pushes the Warlock as it is right now through the wall of thorns, like by getting him to move over
like
or whatever,
teleport or 2 force pushes, yeah.
Yeah, that would put Airion on the other side, and Arxiducs by his lonesome.
Yeah, Bloodthirster does work against plants, so
That Blood Demon has some terrifying claws on it.
Whoa! Dealing 7 damage total to that Thorn Lasher, almost killing it. Brutal.
Well, that is the thing about plant creatures, is you almost kill them. Almost isn't good enough.
Yeah, I know, right? And then they're suddenly back to full life. Okay, and looks like that. Let's see what this Thorn Lasher chooses to do. Probably just gonna hit this Blood Demon a little bit,
I suppose he could also attack the Wall of Earth, but the Blood Demon just makes more sense. Especially since it's already activated.
I'm actually a little surprised we didn't see the Warlock just literally jump over this this wall of earth.
It would have separated the druid from its objects, and that would have given him ample time to destroy the tree.
Yeah, he could walk up to the seething pot and just kind of smash it down. He could have killed this Thornlasher. He could have just kind of moved along and just killed everything here. It
Doing
makes me
some damage to
wonder.
the Blood Demon.
Makes me kind of wonder what Airion has planned for keeping this druid here, because if the druid does have an Eagle Claw boots, I think Airion's going to be like kind of stuck. Assuming, of course, he doesn't have another pair of Eagle Claw boots, which is a possibility.
Yeah, that would be a pain, and it would be hard to destroy his own wall of earth, so he's going to have to move over and attack the wall of thorns. That would be the better object to go after.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So this is actually going to be a pretty big round, because if both of them stay in the zone, I actually think that Arxiducs is going to have the advantage. And if they leave, I actually think, I actually think this is anyone's game right now still. I mean, I think this Blood Demon's probably going to beat this Thornlasher this round. But other than that, I'm really curious to see what Arxiducs has planned in order to deal with this flying creature.
I am pretty curious about that, because dealing 3 damage to a Blood Demon, even on the average or rolling above average with the criticals, just not going to do it with the Blood Demon rolling 6 dice to attack with.
Yeah.
It's going to regenerate that every turn.
Yeah, he's going to win in the long run. It's no doubt about that.
I suppose with a little bit of burst, he could actually kill the Blood Demon right now.
Like some hurl rocks and stuff like that.
Throw a rock over the wall, hitting the Blood Demon in the face.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing about Blood Demons. They kind of die pretty quickly. That 1 armor, 11 health, isn't necessarily as hardy as you think. So if you just, that's how you kill them. You burst them down, because otherwise they just, vampire kill themselves.
Gator Toughness would do Blood Demon great justice.
Man, Gator Toughness helps so many creatures. I can't wait for the new Academy to come out. Especially on Octagon.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he is going to bind something to the tree. I'm wondering what it's going to be. Possibly another creature. Because right now, no wall is going to help him.
Well, he can't cast creatures beyond this wall, but he could certainly have this area, ready for the druid to retreat back here. I mean, I guess he's a druid, so geysers or surging waves are pretty good ways of taking down this wall of earth. If he wants to waste that mana on it. He also has the chance to bring something out of the seething pot if he wants.
And it would be a good choice too, because now it is a threat.
I'm wondering if we're just going to see Arxiducs just Eagle Claw Boots, climb over the wall, and just be done with his action. And just say, and then Airion has to just kind of sit there and armor up, I guess.
It's entirely possible. However, this is a clutch turn for the druid, and since get creatures down pretty well between the seething pod and the vine tree.
And of course, we're looking at the seething pod not having anything in deployment, but we are going to see another Thornlasher come out from this vine tree, targeting the same zone as the other Thornlasher. And this creates a fun little situation for this Blood Demon, where he kind of just keeps getting to pummel these just cute little Thornlashers that just want to tickle you.
It's fun to tickle, man. That's all they want to do.
Yeah, come on, Blood Demon.
They're
why are you so offended by this?
They want friends. Although I don't know if I'd want to be friends with something that has a mouth on its leg.
A mouth on its leg. That's kind of what it is, yeah. And it looks like Airion is going to choose to enchant the druid. Ooh, this could be a lot of fun things, but
well, he's already run one big arcane spell, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if it's a jinx.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Arxiducs has the Eagle Club boots or not. Even on actions, so Arxiducs has to do something here. Good luck, Arxiducs.
If it is changed to actions, we will see, as you said, Arxiducs is required to do something. Looks like he's going to target the Thorn Lasher, do something with the Thorn Lasher.
Okay, he's going to spend his Thorn Lasher action. He's probably going to hit this. Yep, hitting the Blood Demon. Let's see how he does. 1 armor he's going against. You know, any sort of damage he can get out before he dies is going to be nice. And, ooh, rolling 4 damage against 1 armor, so he's going to take 3 damage. Putting the Blood Demon up to 6 out of 11 total.
This would be the time with a quick spell for the to take out the Blood Demon.
If he has a Hurl Boulder, maybe. But no! Choosing not to use his quick spell. That Blood Demon is going to get an attack off. Rolling 7 damage! And of course, it doesn't need 7. Only needs a... Whoa. And of course, the Blood Demon is going to heal 2 out of that because he can't heal more damage than what the creature has. So that means 2 damage is going to get removed from the Blood Demon, and that also means Airion's going to heal 2 damage as well. He should remove this last +1 as well, because that doesn't actually help him. And there he goes.
Pretty much remove the effects of the Wall Thorns trick by now.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty nice. And of course, here we go with the Arxiducs. Choosing to do the Eagle Club boots. Will we see a Jinx? Jinx goes down, so that doesn't allow that to happen. Wonderful play there from Airion, just making sure he can't escape this round. And are we going to see Airion just kind of punch him in the face? Maybe. And of course, it is still Arxiducs' turn, though. So that
and
actually...
he did spend his quick cast, so he is required to use his action right now.
So let's see if Arxiducs planned for that Jinx. Let's see what he did, because you should always have that backup card being something you should do in case something like a Jinx happens. In these whole like gotta use my quick cast, then my main action to block your turn.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
That order, you know.
Right now, that Jinx is still well timed because even if he did have another Eagle Claw Boots in his hand, he would not be able to cast it and walk over the wall this turn.
Absolutely, and of course now Airion's thinking, oh, you want to climb over this wall. Okay, he's seen the boots. So does Airion have anything to stop those boots in the future?
Well, Airion will have initiative next turn.
It looks like he's going to spend his action marker. Is he just going to punch him? He's just going to punch him in the face. I like that.
Yep, Airion's still leaving, Airion's still leaving himself open without the armor. It's a good opportunity to get a punch in.
Yeah, he's dealt 3 damage. You know, he's trying to stay above that healing rate, and you know, this is one round where he is going to be above there. And it is Airion's turn now.
Rolls for the most part have been pretty average.
Yeah.
Even the Blood Demon is usually only rolling about 1 above par when his attack.
Airion also casting the Mana Crystal now, so both players just making sure we get these economy out at you know, times after engaging. It looks like both players are settling in for a nice match here, because you don't cast these unless you think it's going to be worth it. And that's going to be the end of the round here. And that was a pretty awesome little round. I don't know if that Jinx actually helped Airion right now or not, because of this Mana Crystal. I wonder if we're going to see Airion maybe do like a Force Hold or a Tangle Line of some sort, just to kind of be like, hey, you're not actually leaving, just so you know.
I could see that. That would be a clever move on his part, because if he doesn't run another Jinx, which, yeah, the Tangle Line's probably a better choice anyway. And I would say that the Jinx was worth getting rid of the Eagle Claw Boots that turn, because it does prevent the Druid from hopping over the wall and helping his creatures. That leaves the Blood Demon to just do whatever it wants with the remaining creatures on the field.
Absolutely, yeah. And, of course, we are seeing that both of them actually have quite a bit of mana. Arxiducs at 18 mana now. That's starting to get up to that point where you can start casting some pretty big creatures. And Airion, of course, he casted a Mana Crystal, but he's at 12 mana. So
That
I
is helpful. I think with the 18 mana that Seething Pod and a Vine Tree, you can probably get 2 creatures down this turn
yeah, and of
and
course
still
he.
have mana to boot.
I mean, he has one on the Vine Tree, and he has 4 now on that Seedling Pod. So that Seedling Pod could actually come in handy for something big.
It is. It is Airion's initiative.
Airion's initiative. Hmm. Okay, and, this is going to be one of those times that I think someone's going to make a play here, and it's going to really affect the game a lot. And I think Arxiducs is just thinking, I just need to get over this wall somehow. Because I see no reason why he shouldn't try it again right now.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't try it again, it's because he's pulling another feint play. He's making Airion play around Arxiducs. Airion decides to force hold him or Tangle Vine or whatever have you. And Airion and Arxiducs did not plan on jumping over the wall, then that's kind of a wasted turn on Airion.
Yeah. The Jinx just kind of was like, well, you could have used this Jinx against like a Hurl Boulder, but oh well. Hmm. Shark. Ah, watching on my phone was a pain. So you're one of the people that watch on the phone. Huh. How can you, Shark, can you actually see the board well on your phone? I'm actually kind of curious about that. Hmm. This is definitely a thinking man's game here.
It's a sticky situation. Once both players end up getting past the walls, whether that means destroying them or getting over them, this game will accelerate and catch up to speed.
Yeah, and I really think Airion's like trying to avoid that. Like he's really trying to be like, let me just try to stay out of your tree and your pod zone because you have a lot more investment over there. If we can just keep it here, we're looking good. Okay, so like the thing is, Arion did choose these Wall of Earths, and that means he was thinking I could block somebody off, so I am like alone with them, and I have flying creatures to support me. While you probably don't. So, did Arion follow to the next step? And that was go, if I block you off, what else can I do? And you know, if he didn't, that's not bad. That's just something where it's like, is it part of his main strategy, or is it one of those side strategies he put in his deck, like a
If it
little
is a
tactic
side
or something?
strategy, if it is a side strategy, it's working out pretty well for him so far.
Absolutely. And it looks like Arxiducs is done. Looks like Airion is done. So we're in a deployment phase. Nothing is coming out of that seedling pod. I would kind of love it if that seedling pod got crushed right back up now. Having a little problem with the stream. Sorry about that, guys. Man, just all sorts of
Oh,
problems.
we actually lost the stream.
Yeah, the whole thing went down. Okay, cool. We should be back up now, guys. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of a gap there. Um, should be good now. Nothing actually happened. We're still in deployment phase, so we're just waiting to go into the next phase. Internet's not happy today. No.
Having problems passing phase, apparently.
And of course, we did have a whole disconnect earlier. Sorry about that. And it looks like, man, this frame rate's not doing well right now. I have no idea what's going on with this. Should be good, though. Oh, jeez, we're having tons of dropped frames.
Looks like he's going to enchant the Druid again. I wouldn't be surprised to see another Jinx.
It's a Blood Demon. These like little spurts of just dropping frame rates. Sorry about that, guys. I don't normally drop many frame rates. I'm not sure what's happening here. Wow, we are dropping some serious frame rates. That Blood Demon is going to be going down and attacking this Druid.
Pretty abysmal roll overall. Just one under par though. But with the armor, he doesn't do anything with the Blood Demon.
Oh man, nothing? That is a brutal thing to go through. That sucks. And of course the Eagle Club boots are going to be tried again, but it is going to get jinxed out. Oh, another jinx going down. Intangible, you still with me?
Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm just looking at the situation. He's going to spend his full action putting the Thorn Lasher in the same zone with them.
Oh man. The Thorn Lasher has gone through the vines.
Oh.
And the walls. Fire Shaper
Ring.
Not a Mana Crystal.
He has changed his strategy from compression.
And it looks like this Thorn Lasher is going to attack this wall. Ooh, he wants to break out. Interesting, not going after the Blood Demon. Dealing 2 damage to that wall. It still needs 6 left. We'll probably see it come down either next turn or the turn after.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea that he decided to attack the wall like that, because he did. He's basically saying, alright, I'm just going to break through the wall. Now, if it wasn't obvious that he was going to break through the wall, he could Eagle Claw Boots next turn while he has initiative. However, that would set up Airion for Dissolve. So Airion's in a really good situation right now, but attacking that wall has divided attention on Airion's half. Mm-hmm. So he's not sure if he's actually going to cast Eagle Claw Boots next turn, or if he's just going to commit to destroying the wall.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. You know, if Arxiducs really needs to... Uh-oh. There it goes. Okay, cool. Man, just all sorts of problems we're having today. Anyway, yeah, you know, if Arxiducs just joins back up with this tree and the Seething Pod, he'll have a lot more threat on the field. And the fact that he can't get these Eagle Claw Boots through, it makes a lot of sense, actually, to bring down this Wall of Earth. Now that we've seen this Fire Shaper ring go down, I'm curious to see what kind of fire spells we go out, or if it's just going to be like a Lash of Hellfire.
And, you know, if he casts the Fire Shaper ring in preparation of the Wall of Earth being destroyed, that's a genius move on Airion's half. Because if the Wall of Earth goes down, he can just obliterate the Thorn Lashers with Fireball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that Lash does so much damage. And, I'm actually curious to see if Airion has any more creatures up his sleeve. Because last round probably would have been one of those rounds to cast it. Although I don't think he had the mana.
No, but he is sitting at 16 now. It would be a good opportunity to throw down either a Dark Pact Slayer or, I don't know, anything else.
A Flaming Hellion would also work pretty well, I think. I love that Flaming Hellion.
Flaming Hellion would actually be a really good choice here.
Especially when the next Academy comes out. We're talking about Gator Toughness. Oh, man. Flaming Hellion and Gator Toughness is like best friends.
I think we've talked about Gator Toughness more than just about any other card in that set. maybe our initial idea of Arcane Ward being the game changer, maybe we're incorrect. Maybe Gator Toughness is the card.
Actually, you make a very valid point there. I mean, I still think Crumble and Disperse is going to be one of the most used cards out of there, but Gator Toughness allows for all those new strategies to come out of all the mages, really. Because there's plenty of those level 3 creatures that have, 1 armor and some health, and then you give them Gator Toughness and they're really good. And there's actually some level 2s, such as like the Thought Spore, that would love it as well.
Oh, it'd be amazing on that sport. It's also pretty helpful on Falella or Hugin.
And for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about right now, we're talking about the Academy set, Beastmaster versus Wizard. That's not out yet. If you want to check out all those cards, we do have videos about what's coming out soon. There's a lot of really fun stuff that just let all those plays you wish could work well anyway, I should say, just kind of like fit into it and make it perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. The new Academy cards will be awesome, and I'm excited to see them come out, which hopefully soon. Hopefully happen soon, because Domination's already out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, like Domination just kind of like hit stores recently, didn't they?
Very unannounced. Very surprising.
Yeah, I mean they were planning on the July release, but they got delayed and stuff, so it's just kind of like, all right, it's out now. Alright, we're just waiting for them to plan it out. I'm sure these planning phases are a lot of thoughts going through their head on what exactly they should do.
Yeah, I mean, Airion, our Arxiducs is sitting on a ton of mana and a potential for actions of casting spells.
Yeah, he could burst out a lot of creatures if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just waiting for them to finish planning here. So we have 3 Thorn Lashers down. This speaks to me of a Bloodspine Wall plan. And I would love it if Arxiducs could figure out a way, maybe Force Hammer, maybe Surging Wave, maybe Geyser against this Wall of Earth. Something to bring this down in the quick cast phase, or main action phase, just to say, and then using that quick cast to get a Bloodspine Wall, and then just make this Warlock go through the Bloodspine Wall 3 times.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see that play come out of Airion, and if he doesn't this round, and he has... Oh, actually, no, he has... All of his Thorn Lashes are out. He can't have any more, can he? So this is it.
No.
This is the zone that those Thorn Lashes have to work in.
Yeah, pretty risky playing a Thorn Lasher in that zone. I mean, I understand why for the moment. Because he has to play for now, right now.
And there's the Vine Snapper going down. Love this card. Such an efficient card. It, of course, can't move. So it's not rare to see teleports in the decks that have these guys, but man, they do so much damage.
They're incredibly efficient creatures for their cost.
And Druid is going to spend his her quick cast enchanting this Warlock. Interesting. Is this going to be a Jinx of its own? Is it going to be a Rust, maybe in anticipation for something in the future?
Not sure. Either way, we know that Arxiducs is now not planning on walking over that wall.
Yeah, I mean, Airion's obviously given up, or Arxiducs has given up on on climbing over, which I think that's actually a right move right now. Jinx? Arxiducs. LOL. I guess that means no.
Very non-committal.
Guess that means that's not a Jinx. He's going to enchant himself with 2. And there is no Jinx going and getting revealed, so that's that. This could be a lot of things. This could be a Brace Yourself. This could be a Rhino Hide. It could just be a Bear Strength. Could be a lot of stuff. I could see Airion trying to just punch this Thornlasher for 6, then letting his Blood Demon doing another 6, and just kind of getting that damage through. I mean, right now, Airion's been kind of unsuccessful on keeping the damage on. He's killed a Thornlasher, so that's something. But in terms of actually dealing damage to the Druid, it's just not sticking well.
No, it's not. But you know what? Honestly, right now, destroying those Thornlashers would be his greatest triumph, because
Absolutely.
those Thornlashers are, not only has he cast all of them, but they're all weak to fire. So the Warlock actually really isn't in any rush to destroy them. Not until a wall comes down to make the build.
Yeah, you know, he's probably not going to die or anything like that, but he Thornlasher is going to take the Blood Demon. And this Blood Demon is at 4 damage already, so it's going to take, it looks like, 2 more damage. Unless he had Gator Toughness on. And, of course, Airion's looking at 14 mana, so his full action could be a lot of things. But what is it going to be mostly? It's going to be punching a plant. Even though the Stormlasher loves tickling this Blood Demon, at some point in time, you just have to stop.
If he spends his actions really attacking that wall of earth right now, that may be a big mistake, because that would allow Airion to just throw up another wall of earth before he can pull off the chain.
This Thornlasher dying, it looks like a Flame Blast is going to go down, so it's going to roll a total of 7 damage, or dice. Dealing, of course, 8 damage. I'm sorry, he rolled 8 because he just revealed the Hawkeye. So 8 damage is going to go down on this Thornlasher. And that puts it in the kill range for the Blood Demon. So right now, really what the Thornlashers over here have to do is try to kill this Blood Demon if he rolls perfect. Of course, the...
perfect crits.
Yeah, perfect crits. And Arxiducs might have a Hurl Boulder or something. It is possible to kill this Blood Demon, but we'll see what happens here. Thornlasher is going to try to hit the Blood Demon. Come on, all crits and 2s. Rolling 3 dice. And he's going to get a total of 4 damage, 1 armor. Unless you had Gator Toughness. Looking at you, chat. And of course he's going to pull him over. Snatching him. Blood Demon's going to fly down and finish off this Thornlasher. He can recover, I believe, 3 health, I think it is, total. Because he only has 3 damage left. So I can heal 2, actually. And he's going to annihilate that Thornlasher. Going to recover 2 and going to give the Warlock 2 health left. That allows Arxiducs to complete his actions. Wow, that Blood Demon is starting to hurt a little bit, so... I mean, I can see this Blood Demon dying next turn.
I could definitely see the Blood Demon dying. I mean, he still has 2 full actions left as well. If he attacks it again in a Hurl Rock, that might be enough to finish off the Blood Demon. And if that happens, Airion will be in trouble. He will have the mana next turn, though, to cast another.
Oh! Rolling 0 on that, but he's still snatching.
Blanks.
No tickling today.
I mean, I would argue. I think that is a perfect tickle. It didn't hurt him.
Didn't hurt him, but it pulled him. And that's going to look like, looks like it is still Arxiducs' turn. Let's see what he has. Oh! We're going to see a Death's Head Scorpion.
Yesterday.
This is awesome! Dude! Arxiducs
That's that Scorpion.
pulling out the insects. Love this promo card. Of course, the big thing about it doing 2 tainted on an 8 up, so you basically get 6 damage through, and then you get that extra 1. But this is a fun little creature. 4 armor, 6 health. For anyone that's not watching the screen, I love Deathhead Scorpion. Not enough people have built books around it, probably because of its low health and its high mana cost. But man, if you get those tainted across, it is so effective.
It is incredibly effective. I find it interesting that it has piercing 2 but only 1 die of damage.
It's like, please enchant me. Please enchant me. Let me have Bear Strength. Or Wolf Fury if you want to talk about a better card, maybe.
You know, with piercing 2 already, I don't know if Wolf Fury would actually be better.
Yeah, no, probably not.
I don't know. Wolf Fury is still an amazing card.
Almost as good as Gator Toughness.
The chat's going crazy right now. They're like, stop it, stop it.
Oh, man. Gator Toughness, Gator Toughness, Gator Toughness. There you go, guys. And, you know, I mean, I could see the Necromancer really using Deathhead Scorpion a lot. Just because those tainted are so useful. And an 8 up for 2 tainted is, I think, way better than anything that the Plague Zombie or the Tainted Zombie, I should say, the Venomous Zombie can pull off.
Deathhead Scorpion would be a really good route to Beast target.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you're totally right about that. I mean, you could Wolf Fury it. Or you could Gator Toughness it and give it 5 armor and 8 health.
Oh, yeah, 5 armor. That's optimal.
Actually, I think a pet for the Normal Beastmaster would be really good for him. Because that would allow him to do that 2 dice of damage with piercing 2.
He actually cannot pet it. It is not an animal.
Oh, you're right. He's just an insect. Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess we just need something that can use insects for their advantage. Some sort of insect mage.
What are all the insects in the game? Just Deathhead Scorpion and Nicolids?
I think that's it, yeah. I don't think there are any more.
Oh, Lightning Beetle?
Oh, yeah, Lightning Beetle, that guy. Another really, like, kind of, like, interesting out there card that doesn't really fit anywhere right now.
No, it's pretty hard to make that card work. It's like Nature 2, Air 1, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's basically mini Galador.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about him, except he's not an animal, so...
Yeah.
It looks like Arxiducs is going to be placing this Vine token here, and he does have a card on his tree. Curious to see what he casts from that, or if he's going to at all. Seething Pod just getting 6 mana on that Seething Pod, just chilling there, gaining that mana. Might turn to a free Krathor someday. And it looks like Aaron Brosman in the chat saying, oh, there's also Giant Wolf Spider, that's right. And Tattery.
Oh yeah, Giant Wolf Spider.
And Tattery. Tattery, the only quick cast
creature,
yeah, which I love Tattery.
Yeah, man, quick spell creatures. A lot more of those would be really cool for somebody in the chat.
Dreyfan, I actually have a Giant Wolf Spider deck if you're ever interested. It's a lot of fun. It's a druid. And looks like he is going to cast... I don't think he can actually cast Tanglevine across the wall here.
Oh no, you do need line of sight.
You can deploy the vine markers, but not vines.
For anybody wondering, it's because it states that when you, whenever you or an object you control casts a vine spell, you may target the zone containing the vine marker. So you need to be able to target it, and you cannot do that if you don't have line of sight.
Okay. Man, you know what would go good with a Giant Wolf Spider, actually?
What would that be?
Gator toughness.
No, actually, that's a really good combo.
Okay, and one man is going to go back in this tree, and this Tanglebond is just going to go back in his book, I'm guessing, and we're good to go. Just got to play a little bit of Judge there. Yeah, you know, that Tanglebond actually in his... would have actually been really good right now, because it would have forced that Death's Head Scorpion to just be like, now I gotcha, tainted all day. And,
Yeah, the Death's Head Scorpion is going to be a little bit of an issue for the Warlock. The Warlock's going to have to move if he does not want that 2 taint coming down the field.
What? This Blood Demon's just like, I'm going everywhere. Okay.
Look at what I can do.
And it looks like we're in the quick cast phase still. Well, I mean, Arxiducs if you have a quick cast. Oh, okay, if he's going to pass it. He's going to pass it! Man, Tattery with Gator Toughness? Yeah. Tattery, Gator Toughness, Lion Savagery.
Lion Savagery. Actually, I was watching a game with Dre fan right before this, and he was making a joke about how funny it would be if he bear strength his Tattery.
You have to use... You know, it looks like... See, this is what I love about the sportsmanship here, is Airion's like, dude, if you have a quick cast, just do it, you know? He's just saying, you might have gotten flustered because of that tree, don't worry about it, just keep playing well. You know, I love that. I love that. Actually, it would be a cool idea to do a bunch of those new, what are they, in the Beastmaster Wizard Academy, it's, the snakes, the venomous snakes or whatever.
The Dark Fiend Asps.
The Dark Fiend Asps, and let them just waste all their unavoidables, and then be like, now for the massive Tattery. That's your end goal.
Apparently, Aaron has bear strength Tattery.
Oh man, how can you not?
It's just so silly. It costs more than Tattery does.
I can imagine a bear strength Tattery just being like this big muscly like insect, like not on the wings but like its little legs, just like giant muscles on it.
Arxiducs is going to reveal a mark for death, so the Death's Head Scorpion is going to be rolling 2 damage with that.
2
that
piercing 2 and a chance to do 2 tainted. I dig it. This is a really cool little strategy here.
If he gets that tainted off, it is going to be
it's so worth it. Unfortunately, he only runs 1 damage, no tainted. Sadly, we all want to see the tainted, but no. I would actually love to see this maybe get a Kyrios favored, although I don't know if you necessarily need it.
Kyrios favor would be pretty helpful, though.
Apparently, Rajan created the Death Head Scorpion. I'm actually curious what Rajan is, but it sounds like some sort of nature beast. And there's the Dark Pack Slayer going down.
In the chat, we have Aaron Brosnan saying that Tattery evolved into Butterfree. Just skipped right past Metapod.
Yeah, nobody cares about
Arouse the Beast.
Ooh, Arouse the Beast on the Dark Pack Slayer. And then, of course, that Dark Pack Slayer having Piercing 2 makes that Death Head Scorpion look a lot more killable. And it looks like Arxiducs is going to run this Blood Demon all the way to the corner, probably getting him out of the range of these Thorn Lashers. This is a really smart move, because now these Thorn Lashers have to tear down this wall, and the minute that this wall is torn down, this Blood Demon's going to be thinking a lot more about what he can do with his actions. Otherwise, he probably would have just died this round, and it wouldn't have done anything.
Absolutely, and that wall, it's going down this turn. I will be surprised if it does not, but it does give Airion the initiative, or not the initiative next round, but it does allow him to quick cast and cast another wall, just to continue this little pit of destruction. Although that Death's Head Scorpion does really balance out the field.
Yeah, man, that Death Head Scorpion, like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, you can get past all these armored things. I know right now we're looking at some of the other opponents like Charmina and stuff like that who are running, you know, lots of armor, you know, lots of like Voltaic Shield, things like that. And Death Head Scorpion just kind of like gets around that, you know?
Tainted is a good counter to to avoiding that dark damage in general.
Looks like that Vine Snapper is going to be chomping on some earth. Rolling 3
Only
damage
3
on
damage.
5 dice. Only needs 3 more. He's going to get it with these other 2 guys if he wants to. And looks like both of them are spending most of their mana, but the Druid it does have 5 left and still their main action, so she might have some sort of spell up her sleeve this round. Otherwise, if we have this Dark Pact Slayer, I'm kind of curious to see who this Dark Pact Slayer goes after. Looks like it is going to be the Deathhead Scorpion.
Too good of a roll not to.
4 dice, piercing 2 against 4 armor, so basically 2 armor. And it looks like he is going to get 1 damage, or 2 damage through total. Nice play there.
Just with only 6 health. You know, this is another good instance of Rouse the Beast being fantastic because he paid 3 mana for Rouse the Beast, and with 3 mana, he just got an attack that deals 4 damage piercing 2.
Yeah, which he really needs right now, because the faster you can kill this Deathhead Scorpion, the better. I love Rouse the Beast. I think more players should consider taking it, because if you look at it as an attack spell, it is insane.
You know, Airion is right, actually should have been 3 damage, not 2 damage on the Scorpion.
3? No. No, he has 2 armor, so no, it's 2.
2? No, wait, yes, 2, because 3 originally, 1 critical. Piercing 2 against the armor. Yeah, it is 2. We were right the first time.
Yep. Those results don't lie.
Yeah, with Octagon, sometimes they lie.
And they're just looking at it, making sure. Truman, how many Academy cards do you think will be in the average Arena deck? I would say, I mean, depending on the kind of deck you're running, to be honest, but minimum.
There's a lot of cards.
You're probably going to see a minimum, I'd say, of 3 or 4 in every deck for sure. But most decks,
I would agree with that.
But most decks will probably run closer to 7 to 10, I'd say.
There are some builds that are going to definitely work around it. Mana Worm being a good example. Piercing Thunderstrike I can see being used a lot. Arcane Missiles is pretty awesome. Obviously, Gator Toughness and Wolf's Fury are pretty fantastic cards.
Yeah, and the reason why Wolf Fury is so nice is because of the... Don't you get like a discount or something like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's just 1 mana cheaper than Bear Strength.
That's right, it's 1 mana cheaper, yeah.
You get melee and piercing 1.
And it looks like Arxiducs really trying to take that on this roll this turn so we can get this Thorn Lasher out. And if he managed to pull this guy this round, it would be a really smart move.
Yeah, Deathhead Scorpion still actually really able to hurt a Thorn Lasher with its full action. But that's better on a Thorn Lasher. Or wait, no, Deathhead Scorpion is on the same team. What am I talking about?
Actually, Truman, Arcane Missiles will be deadly if attached to a Wizard's Tower. A Wizard's Tower can't actually cast Arcane Missiles, because it is a full cast action. Oh, rolling 6 damage on a 4 damage attack. And getting that snatch. Tickle, tickle. To the Warlock.
Heck of a tickle.
I mean, he has no armor, you know? And that's actually really interesting. So this Deathhead Scorpion, he's going to get 1 chance to kind of like taint something else, and then he's going to be like, I need to get somewhere else that's going to be good.
Yeah, he's still pretty good against the Dark Pact Slayer because he does not care about the Dark Pact Slayer's armor at all.
I could see Arxiducs preparing a Force Push or a Teleport to just get this Deathhead Scorpion up 1, because once he's in this zone, these Thorn Lashes can keep snatching the Warlock, and this Deathhead doesn't have to move. I actually think this is a really smart combo to use the Thorn Lashes with Deathhead.
Yeah, no joke at all. I mean, right now, Airion is in a little bit of trouble because Arxiducs does have a fleet at his command. I guess if the plants were floating in water, it'd be a fleet. But he does have an army at his command to really lay down the damage and keep the Warlock pinned right where he's at. He built for the long game, and when he didn't see an immediate threat after being forced into that wall, he decided to play the long game. and with Seedling Pod having 7 mana on it, I mean, I would
awesome.
be really surprised not to see something come down out of that now.
I mean, he hasn't needed to use it, so you might as well just get an extra, basically another channel for the whole round, you know? Although I would love to see, I think this is the turn for Arxiducs to use the Seedling Pod. If he chooses not to, if I were Airion, I would consider just Flame Blasting it right now and be done with it. So this is kind of what I'm looking at right here. Arxiducs has 16 mana, and he has 7 mana on the Seedling Pod. I think he definitely needs to cast something out of here. And this Vine Tree, I could see it doing another Tangle Vine against the Warlock. And I could see one of Arxiducs' cards being either a Force Push or a Teleport to get this Deathhead Scorpion in position. Because this right now, this is the kill zone that Arxiducs needs to keep Airion in. Because this Vine Snapper and this Deathhead Scorpion is where all the damage is going to come from. And the Mark for Death is brilliant because those Thorn Lashes dealing 4 suddenly brings them up to a very nice damage ratio for just your basic tickle attack. And so the question is moving this Blood Reap Demon, did it actually accomplish what it wanted to do? Because right now what I'm seeing is I'm going to see both of these Thorn Lashers, and this Blood Demon's going to be like, now I have to spend the next turn and a half just getting back to this zone. So
yeah, he did keep the Blood Demon alive, but right now the only target it has is Deathhead Scorpion, which even if it does manage to kill it, it's not going to regenerate, a whole lot of health that it really needs. I don't know, like, I suppose he probably can kill it depending on how the roll turns out for him, and that would be very helpful because the Deathhead Scorpion right now, it's a threat on the field without doubt.
yeah, we do see something going on this Vine Tree, and I'm guessing it is going to be a Tangle Vine. Because really, like, if you don't have to snatch and rely on that, you don't, then great, because you have everything already in position here.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, all else fails, even if he doesn't Tangle Vine, I guess, worst case scenario, he can snatch his own Deathhead Scorpion into the zone.
That would be hilarious. Come here, you Scorpion! And it's like, no.
No, I don't have much life. Please don't do this.
Don't do this. Don't do this too bad. And this Dark Pact Slayer, I think, is going to be the big thing that Arxiducs is going to have trouble accounting for. He could try to Tangle Vine it. But if this thing gets into this kill zone, it's going to cause a lot of problems for him. Now, if I were Airion, what I'd be thinking right now is, okay, I have this Blood Demon. Can I teleport it or push it somewhere to get an advantage? This Dark Pact Slayer is going to be really important for, like, chopping through the foliage with its Hell Sword. But really what I'd be thinking right now is with his main action, I would love to see a Ring of Fire or a Firestorm. Because that would deal a ton of damage to all these plants here, and it would give him the kind of advantage he needs to get the same mana on the board back.
A lot of players do not run zone attacks, but right now, you're right, Ring of Fire would just be devastating.
If you're a Warlock, I would suggest just putting one in. Like, every Warlock I ever play, I have one Ring of Fire. I don't like, what is it, the Firestorm one, because it's one extra spellbook point, but I understand why you'd want to take it, because that one zone advantage.
Actually, lately in my Warlocks, if I have the choice between Firestorm or Ring of Fire, I have been running Firestorm, just because the additional range is very nice for it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find Wall coming down.
Ooh. He's going to use some Force Pushes, I think.
Still nothing out of the Seedling Pod.
Wow, that is super interesting. Man, I wonder if he, this whole time, has been thinking, this Seedling Pod is meant to die, and I just want you to do something that kills it.
Just puts it down as a distraction. I can see it.
It would be really funny if he didn't have any more plants. Like he had like only vine creatures. And he actually can't cast anything out of it.
You know, he almost had enough mana, I think, to cast Hagara out of the seedling pod.
I'm hoping for a Krailthor, man.
Krailthor would be pretty good.
Arcane Missiles can't be used in the Wizard Tower, but one awesome use I think will happen with it is Thought Spores. Thought Spores would love Arcane Missiles.
Yeah, it'd be pretty good for them.
With, of course, Gator Toughness on it.
Well, I mean, I think that's just a given.
And it looks like this Vine Snapper is going to be taking a big chomp out of this Warlock here, dealing 9 damage. And, of course, there is no armor on Airion right now, so that's going to hurt. Putting him up to 21 damage total. Brutal.
Yeah, this
21
is really
is
scary.
So much more scary than the 12 he was just at.
I mean, with a well play right now, he could possibly take out Airion this round if the dice are in his favor.
Ooh, and it looks like he's going to move down, and he's going to cast another Wall of Earth. All
That
right,
does
so
put him in distance of the Death's Head Scorpion. That is a little scary.
oh man, if he gets the 2 Tainted down, that would be so scary. Oh, you were playing a line, Airion, and it is going to be fun to see what happens here. Krailthor with Gator Toughness in the chat. You know it would be awesome. Togara would be awesome too.
Alright, Death's Head Scorpion coming down on Airion. I am very interested to see this roll.
Is he gonna get the Tainted? Oh!
Oh, and he
Tainted,
does.
gets 2 damage total. Oh, that's a total of another 8 damage total going down for him. And let's see, does that actually
That brings him down to 3 health.
25?
A punch could do it.
28. Oh, and there's no armor on him! This Blood Demon has to move in and do something. It has to, otherwise this could be game over.
All he needs to do is deal 1 damage to the Death's Head Scorpion to recover 2 health, and that brings him out of death range this turn.
Unless, of course, this Druid has Bear Strength on her.
Oh, good point.
And he is going to get that damage through doing 2 damage to this Death Head Scorpion, put him with a 4. That is going to heal 2 life on Airion, giving him 21. And effectively, he has 28 total life left. Because 2 tainted is equal to 6 damage. And looks like the Druid is gonna do something to the Warlock. This could be game. This could be it. Let's see what happens. He's deciding to reveal enchantment, I bet, right now. Doesn't reveal anything. Is gonna do 4 damage, and I think
Wait a second.
that's not game. Nope.
I feel like Airion didn't take the damage from the attack from the Death's Head Scorpion.
No, he has 2.
Oh no, he did, because he healed 2.
Yeah.
He has
He has
2
2
tainted.
tainted, so that means he has 2 life left.
Oh no. He should just attack his Warlock with the Dark Pact Slayer.
Oh my god, this Dark Pact Slayer going in, dealing another 1 damage total. Not
That is
killing him
not gonna
yet.
Oh, no.
My goodness. Oh, Airion, that Death Head Scorpion, just taking all the hits. I think it's
So Airion does have initiative this coming round, and it really makes you wonder what he's going to do with it. I would say probably in this case, Drain Soul or Drain Life is kind of one of his best ways of coming back in this.
He can afford it. I would love to see Drain Soul go down. Would be kind of funny if Arxiducs had a Nullify on him.
That would be devastating.
Just completely shutting him out. Dealing 3 damage to that wall. Might as well start tearing it down. Man, Airion has to really think about who's going to come out of here. I don't know if he has. I don't know if it's possible. Well, no, it is possible. I don't know if he's going to make it.
That Vine Snapper, man. That Vine Snapper pretty much. If Arxiducs does win the game, I would give MVP to Vine Snapper just because 9 damage on 5 dice. Holy cow.
Yeah, no kidding. I actually think the Deathhead Scorpion might be better in this game, but both of them, definitely amazing. I mean, Deathhead has taken 3 attacks and is not dead yet. That's crazy, man. Looks like 5 damage total on this wall here. Yeah, the Vine Snapper's like, alright, whenever I'm in position, I'm just going to eat everything.
Come at me, bro.
It's kind of funny, because Deathhead Scorpion, I believe, would be at lower life if he had Gator Toughness on him. Just saying, chat.
Oh, somebody did point out Gator Toughness can only be used on. Oh wait, no. No, we were correct. It can be used on any creature.
Yeah, no, I don't think it has a restriction. Because that'd be lame.
That would be sad. Very sad.
First quick cast. Are we not changing phases now? Is that what's happening in this game? Uh-oh. We're frozen! There we go. Aaron Brosman on the Druids plants. I'd generally rather have Rhino Hide as the life isn't the real issue I have with the plants. Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. With every plant but Crowthorpe. I would actually prefer Gator Toughness with Crowthorpe. But yeah, like things like Vine Snappers and Thorn Lashers, Rhino Hide all the way.
Little shout out to Psych, who's in the chat right now. Everybody's thanking him for coming up to working on Octagon. We as well, thank you. You made this possible.
Psych, you're awesome.
I love the conversations I have with Psych because I'll just like jump on Octagon and occasionally he messages me and just like vomits text at me because he gets really excited about a new feature that he's adding in. I'm like, yeah, man, that sounds awesome.
Dude, really, in the last like 6 months or so, Octagon has gotten crazy good. Super automation. It's way easier, actually, than playing in real life in a lot of ways, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it took a little while, but now it's there, and it does make it is so much easier. Harder to forget things too.
Does this seedling pod have eyes? Are those little eyes on it? I've never noticed this before, but like, it kind of looks like he has little eyes. Like, don't squish me.
I'm so surprised to see that a seething pot has 8 mana on it and will probably like not even be used.
I don't think he should cast anything out of it. I think he should just like be like, yeah, I'm a seething pod that's just huge right now. Like, the way I see it is that there's something inside the seething pot and it's waiting to like hatch, and it's just like getting bigger and bigger as more mana comes on it.
I like to think that the seething pot is the same size but has a bunch of glowing mana around it. It's basically summoning a spirit ball.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. And of course, we're in first quick cast. Looks like Arxiducs is going to cast. Oh, there it is! The Drain Soul. Is there going to be a Nullify? Oh! Arxiducs, do you have a Nullify?
Looks like no.
No, looks like he hasn't taken the damage yet, though. Arxiducs, I love that card, but you have a Nullify?
Aaron says those are not eyes, those are seeds.
Oh, they're seeds? Yeah, I guess he's not a mind creature. Alright, and no, that is not a nullify, so that is going to go through. Airion probably feel a little bit of relief now, because he's not about to die. Of course, he could just take 2 more Tainted and from this Death Head Scorpion. He's got to kill this thing right now.
And for anybody who's watching the match right now, keep in mind he is actually technically at 32 damage because he has the Tainted markers on.
Oh, so these are little seeds. Okay, so apparently these are little seeds here. Unless you get Ace Pick Wild Strawberries. It's pretty awesome. I used to have little seeds like that. And there's the Force Hammer. Arxiducs is saying no. Let's finish this up right now. Starting with the Force Hammer, dealing a lot of critical damage. 6 damage total out of 7 dice. And that is going to put him right back into Danger Zone.
Danger Zone!
And let's see if he manages to get finished off this round. And of course, the Warlock is slammed right now, which doesn't really affect anything right now. Because I don't think
if he's planning on using an attack spell right now, I'll be very surprised with his 1 mana left.
Of course, that means that Airion is effectively at 38 damage out of 40 health total. So I would love to see him get punched to death by the Druid. Looks like this Blood Demon is going to attack this Death Head Scorpion. He's hoping to get at least 1 critical damage. That's all he needs to recover 2 life on Airion, on his mage. And of course he gets it, getting 5 critical damage. That would have been awesome.
Where was that roll earlier?
No kidding. And that Death Head Scorpion is going to die.
Going to kill 3 damage off the Blood Demon, I believe.
No, Blood Demon's just going to heal 1 because he only has 1 health remaining, and 2 health is going to get healed off of Airion. I'm sure he feels happy about that. He's out of range of punching, although I'd love to see Arxiducs reveal a Bear Strength here and just be like, you will die. She cast Gator Toughness on Sealing Pod. You can't. You can't. Before everyone starts saying it, you can't, but it would be funny. Although it'd be cool to cast it on there, and then when you casted the creature from there, it just had that buff because it was like born into Gator Toughness.
Risky attacking the wall there. That will bring the wall of Earth down, but one questions whether he should have just straight up punched the Warlock while he had the chance.
Just kind of finished him off.
Yeah, that does give Airion the chance to react here.
All he has to do is, if he moves left, I would love to see a Force Push. Looks like he's going to remove that slam marker. What is he going to do to get out of there? He is going to move left. Oh.
With only 1 mana, there's really not much he can do.
Arxiducs, did you prepare Force Push? You would be crazy if you did.
Here, I'm going to move over. He's not going to throw the guard on, which is a good choice, because that does allow him to move the Dark Pact Slayer over and guard if he wanted to. There it is. Force Push.
Oh, getting the Force Push! Arxiducs, way to predict that. Awesome little combo here. Whew, that is probably going to do it. No armor, of course. He's probably just rolled 10 damage, but, might as well let the automation do its work. No armor! Oh!
It's,
It's 10.
It's 10. It's level -1.
Oh, it can totally handle 10.
Oh, it can't handle 10.
And that's game right there. Doesn't even need the rest of the rules. First one, done. Fabulous game, guys. That was wonderful. Lots of things that surprised me, and lots of cool little things that I think were great ideas. How high
he does actually, for the sake of Psych taking notes of how many people won and all that jazz, he should go ahead and deplete his life so his mage actually does officially die.
Oh, is Psych actually gathering data for that? I didn't know that.
Yeah, every time, for everybody who's watching, I'm pretty sure at least, I don't know if he's implemented it yet, but I'm pretty sure that every time you let a game go all the way through and your mage dies, or you choose to concede or whatever, it does actually have a record log. I'm pretty sure, or he was working on it, I don't remember.
And that's it. Well, that was a wonderful game, guys. Thank you guys for joining us.
Absolutely. Well played by both players. That was a fun match. As I said, both very aggressive players. The walls came down and it really kind of tricked things out. But after that, man, it exploded.
You know, this seething pod, I think, was just a distraction. I think it was just meant to take a flame blast and just say, like, all right, cool. You wasted a whole flame blast on the seething pod. I don't care. You know? Maybe.
He's saying, well, should his mage fallen over? No, I think it does discard now.
It does either one. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
You know, Airion, that was a really interesting choice to do the drain power in the beginning. Even though you didn't get the average roll out of it, I think it's a really interesting idea to just bring out that blood demon right away, because you're really trying to mess up their game, and I think you're onto something with that. And I'd love to see you like pursue that idea more in the future and see what you can come up with.
As like saying, it is mostly all there. He just doesn't have the server to support the data yet. Thank you,
Alright, guys. Okay. Well, Arxiducs, congratulations on making to the next round. Airion, hope we see you in the next Thunderdome 2. And that concludes all of the round of 8. So we are moving on to the next round after this.
I think in 2 weeks.
And,
not next weekend, but the weekend after.
I believe Arxiducs is going to be fighting Sharkbait next. In a rematch, I think, because I believe in the last Thunderdome, Sharkbait lost to Arxiducs.
And you're both going to be playing the same mages.
Yep, so this is going to be a great game. And thank you all for coming. If you guys are watching it from the YouTube, feel free to check out our stream live. We're always posting when we're going to be streaming live for Thunderdome on the forums, so check it out for when it's coming up next. Otherwise, if you guys haven't subscribed to us, please subscribe to us. We're going to play an ad at the end of this video. Feel free to watch it. And thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was a blast, and thank you for letting us do this, and thanks for showing up.
All right, well, that concludes today's Thunderdome 2 matches. I'm Koshade.
I'm Intangible. See you in a couple weeks.
Take care. We are off the air there. I put up our little banner at the end. And
Arcane Duels.
Arcane Duels.